Today we are reviewing some of the absolute finest Glock enhancement work I have ever seen from Danger Close Armament. When it comes to enhancing a handgun, whether it be a Glock or any piece of equipment for that matter, I am all about enhancing it to get the maximum performance benefit that you can where you're allowed to do so. Now I understand some officers out there don't have the freedom to do so, but man, if you don't have to fight your gear, if you can make your gear more comfortable for you, more ergonomic for you, better fit, whatever it might be, I'm all about doing that. And when I received this gun, it truly brought joy to me. So I know it's not cheap, and I know some people out there are going to be like, well, that's a lot of money. It's more than the cost of the gun. Absolutely it is. But what it does is just absolutely amazing. And you may not feel it's worth it for you, but for me, I really can appreciate this amazing work. My name is Dave Tim. Thank you guys very much for spending a few minutes with me going over this amazing artistry that is the work from Danger Close Armament. Let me first give a little bit of industry disclosure. A couple years ago, I met these guys at TriggerCon. Absolutely amazing guys, did absolutely amazing work. I was pretty impressed. About a year and a half or so ago, I had the opportunity to write an article for UN12 magazine where I received a sample CZ pistol that was enhanced by them. I did not get to keep the gun. I actually had to send it back, which was kind of a bummer because it was a really nice handgun. And then last year, we were starting to talk and we got connected, and the opportunity came up where if I was interested in having one of my Glocks worked on and checking out what they can do. And this is absolutely amazing. Let's get some close-up detail shots. The grip work, the contouring, the undercut, the slide work. I had the mill for an RMR. So we're gonna go into all this and just the details here, but this thing is absolutely gorgeous and it feels even better. And I don't even know if the video is doing this justice, but the smoothness and the absolute attention that was put in to the polishing of the trigger guard, and it's not just a generic undercut, it's a very comfortable ergonomic for both hands, very smooth. The contouring on the beaver tail, I mean, everything is just done top notch. So first thing first, this would cost you about 900 bucks. If you sent in your gun, and that's with a LEO discount, so I do appreciate companies that offer that. But if I were to send in my Glock 45, my bill would be about $870, which, that's a lot of money. That's more than the price of the gun. And when I had the Glock 45 stock, it already had front serrations, but it was not milled for an RMR. And I'll show you a detail shot of what their milling looked like underneath the RMR, but they did a great job. It fits really nice. I did have them add some AmeriGlow suppressor sights, which I could have added, but these are just plain black and they work just fine for this gun. But what I did is basically had them start with their signature Glock frame package, and brain texture, the tang shaping, the index cut, the shooter's ledge, everything that you see here, it definitely added up to some money, but the texture here is aggressive to where I can get a nice firm grip. I mean, if I were to grip this, and you can see in my hand that it definitely, you get some good grip and some good traction, but it's not overly rough where your hands hurt or you're going to start to develop calluses really quick or anything. But it definitely offers that nice grip, that nice traction. I think it's aesthetically pleasing, but the borders too. I mean, if we take a look at these borders here, they're cut by hand, but they are absolutely gorgeous. And with the Gen 5, they followed the lines of the mag well really nicely, all the way around. Just did a nice job. It's just gorgeous. And then when we get to some of the enhancements too, like I said, the undercut of the trigger guard, incredibly smooth, polished. We have the undercutting here. I believe this is what they refer to as the shooter's cut. We have the indexing cuts here. We have the undercut trigger guard, the beaver tail. And again, look how smooth that is. I mean, it looks absolutely factory. It is so nice. And they reduced it just a little bit to where I get just a little bit more purchase there that is just overall a very, very nice, comfortable grip. I mean, I like Glocks, I like the Gen 5s, but this by far is my favorite. The front serrations were already there, but I did have them add their top serrations. They have a nice pattern to them. They did a little bit of slide lightning on the sides of the slides on both sides. You can see that there. And then on the other side, we have a little bit of lightning, and then their logo here, which I thought looks really sharp. It's very tasteful. It's not overly obvious or anything like that. I did also have them cut for the RMR. So let me go ahead and take the RMR off so you can see what their cutting profile looks like. So taking the RMR off, we do have their RMR cut. I had this finish the slide completely done in the DLC coating, which looks great and has some holster wear because I've been shooting it for the last couple months. But what I like about their machining is, number one, it's a very tight fit. It's a nice flat cut in the rear. We have the 3-inch radius up front, and then the threaded portions here are actually studs, which you can see right there. So they act as a recoil lug in and of themselves, which is matching up to the footprint. This is solid. You know, it's not going anywhere. It fits very well. And then it is a snug fit with the bosses there. But so I thought they did a really, really nice job with the machining. Just getting another close-up of the slide, we have the relief cut on the ejection side, the front top serrations here, and again, they're not too aggressive. They're almost kind of stylish, I believe, after like the M&P styling. I don't actually even have an M&P, but they're M&P styled serrations. And then on the other side, we have the relief cut, their logo, which I think, again, is tastefully done, not overly large or anything like that. And then once you put it all back together, just, again, an absolute nice gun. Now, I like the 45 to begin with. I didn't think I would. It was one of those guns. When the 19X came out, the 45 came out, I was just kind of like, not really sure what to think, but I ended up having a 45 come through the shop, got to shoot it, and I actually really like how this gun shoots. And then when the opportunity came up to have Danger Close do some work for me, it was just an absolute no-brainer. But this thing is amazing. I mean, just absolutely amazing. How it shot, it's a great shooting Glock before, arguably one of my favorite Glocks. You know, you can see here that their cut makes the RMR sit nice and low, so you can see the tips of the backup sights, no problem. On the MOS guns, the Optic sits up a little bit higher, and on some of your night front sights, suppressor sights, it actually cuts off the vial a little bit. I don't have night sights in this one, but the RMR cut that they did, sits nice and low so I can see those sights, no problem. I have a nice unobstructed sight picture, and it's a little tough for me to get lined up on camera there for you, but you can kind of see there how nice and clean it is. But again, everything about this build is just absolutely phenomenal. Their work is absolutely phenomenal. I wish I could do work this good. The stippling and the enhancements that I do is pretty basic in comparison to the work that is shown here, but just, I mean, how everything just came together. This video just doesn't do it justice, but their work is just absolutely top notch. If you are looking for some of the absolute best Glock enhancement work, check Danger Close Armament out, and honestly, don't look any further. Any Glock work that I'm going to be doing that I don't do myself, anybody that comes to me and says, hey, I want a super top of the line Glock, I want the best work done, I'm going to send them to Danger Close. They do amazing work, and they are absolutely amazing people. And I don't always give plugs for individual people or companies or whatever, but I can tell you this, Dave, one of the other Daves at Danger Close, I don't know if he wants me mentioning his last name or not, so I'm not going to, but an absolutely amazing guy, a veteran of our United States military, super awesome guy, great guy to talk to, and does absolutely phenomenal work. But everybody that I talk to over at Danger Close has just been awesome. So it's always a plus when you have a company that delivers a good product or a good service, and it's even better that they are good people, and they are truly good people. They are people that I absolutely 100% of the time want to give my money to all the time, just because they are so good people. But they do amazing work. I mean, look at this thing. Look how gorgeous this is. For more information, make sure you check out their webpage. We'll put some info for them down below. They do all sorts of work. They have a great webpage that kind of lays things out. They don't just work on Glocks. They work on SIGs. They work on anything polymer, CZ, Glock, M&P. Their work is absolutely phenomenal. Yes, it is expensive. It is not cheap. They don't give it away. But if you do something good, don't do it for free is kind of my motto. And these guys absolutely do amazing work, which I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm very, very impressed with the work that I have received here. So I hope you found this video helpful. It is absolutely my pleasure to go over the amazing work that Danger Close Armament did for me. If you guys have any questions, feel free to sound off in the comment section below. Make sure if you are not a subscriber and you like what you've seen, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of our content. Also check out our webpage for more information about us and articles. We have articles coming out all the time on all sorts of things guns and tactics related. And if you have any questions that you want to see answered, we do have a monthly QA series on monthly episode. At the end of the month, we answer your questions every month. Just send us an email with your question, theqa@gunsandtactics.com. I'll put an email address down on the screen there as a reminder. Shoot us your questions and we'll get them to the show, plus one lucky question asker gets a prize at every episode. So guys, thank you again for watching. I sincerely do appreciate it. Have a great day. We work really hard to make content that we hope you as a shooter would enjoy. Subscribe to our channel, check out our featured videos and playlists, and if you have a question firearms related, go ahead and send an email to the address shown on the screen to be entered into our monthly QA series.